In April of 1973, the town of Enfield, Illinois, became the center of one of the strangest cryptid encounters in history. A creature so bizarre that even skeptics were left without answers. Some say it was an alien, others a genetic mutation, but locals called it the Enfield Horror. On April 25, 1973, a young boy named Greg Garrett claimed he was attacked by a strange creature while playing outside his home in Enfield. According to him, the monster had 3 legs, glowing red eyes, and scaly grayish skin. He said it scratched at his feet with its clawed hands, causing him to run inside in terror. Most people dismissed Greg's story, until later that same night Henry McDaniel, a local resident, had a terrifying encounter of his own. McDaniel, hearing scratching noises at his front door, assumed it was a stray animal, but when he opened the door, what he saw defied explanation. According to McDaniel, it had 3 legs on it, a short body, 2 little short arms coming out of its chest area, and 2 pink eyes as big as flashlights. It stood 4.5 feet tall and was grayish colored. It was trying to get into the house. Terrified, McDaniel slammed the door shut, grabbed his pistol, and fired several shots at the creature through the window. He swore he hit it, but instead of falling, the creature let out a strange hiss and hopped away at an unnatural speed, covering 75 feet in just 3 jumps before vanishing into the darkness. When McDaniel reported his sighting to local authorities, police were skeptical, until they investigated his property and found something disturbing. Authorities discovered bizarre tracks in the soil near McDaniel's home. The prints were deeply indented and had 3 distinct toe marks unlike any known animal. Even officers who doubted McDaniel's story admitted that the tracks were strange and difficult to explain. As word of the creature spread, local residents became gripped with fear. Armed groups of monster hunters and cryptid enthusiasts descended upon Enfield, hoping to catch a glimpse of the horror. The chaos escalated when 2 hunters from out of town claimed to have seen the monster themselves. They described it just as McDaniel had: 3 legs, glowing eyes, and hopping like a kangaroo. They opened fire on it, but just like before, the bullets had no effect. Despite the growing fear, the Enfield Horror never harmed anyone, except for the reports of it attacking Greg Garrett's shoes. However, this didn't stop the panic from reaching a boiling point. Eventually, authorities threatened to arrest armed monster hunters who kept trespassing on private property in search of the beast. What was the Enfield Horror? A mutant, an alien, or something far stranger? Some skeptics believe that McDaniel and the other witnesses may have mistaken a loose kangaroo for a monster. However, kangaroos don't have glowing red eyes or 3 legs, so this theory doesn't hold much weight, given its unnatural movements, strange anatomy, and seeming invulnerability to bullets. Some speculate that the Enfield Horror could have been an extraterrestrial or an entity slipping in and out of our reality. The 1970s saw a surge in cryptid sightings, from Mothman to the Dover Demon. Some believe fear and local folklore fed into mass hysteria, causing exaggerated or false reports. Some researchers argue that the Enfield Horror could be a genuine, undiscovered creature, perhaps a deformed animal or something from the deep woods that science has yet to classify. After the hysteria died down, the creature was never seen again. No other reports came from Enfield after 1973, leaving only one question: where did it go? McDaniel stood by his story until the day he died, insisting that the Enfield Horror was real. He even claimed that it returned 2 weeks after his first sighting, watching his house from a distance before vanishing forever. Was the Enfield Horror simply a product of small-town paranoia, or did something truly otherworldly pass through Enfield that night? The answer may never be known. But one thing is certain: the town of Enfield has never forgotten the horror that once stalked its streets.